You're on Network X, the Mutant Generation Superstation.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, kings and queers, welcome to the Dark Realm and your new favorite show, From Beyond, your best source for horror entertainment, hosted by me, your phantom celebrity and favorite supervillain from the future, Decapitro! Okay. Every week I will bring you the latest and the best news in horror media entertainment. Each Friday night, I have a different invite to delight and crush your hearts. In the section Loose Lips Sing Ships, we will have a special guest involved in the horror arena. This week, we have a surprise invite from the recently released Aussie horror flick, Ravenswood. As every week, we have our expert Pikes, section curated by a different horror expert each Friday. Tonight, the theme is retro slashers, and we couldn't be more thrilled to have Marco Lanzagorta as our movie picker. Tonight, we will have a blast of blood. Listening to my latest news where I will cover some releases from the Full Moon Entertainment and make a mini analysis on what happened with some retro slasher sequels that never happened. So polish your earbuds and take out your Ouija boards, cause From Beyond starts now! Expert Pikes. Tonight's theme is retro slashers. This section is created by an expert, and he will comment on every single pick. When we thought it's all about Jason, Chucky, and Freddy Krueger, there's more to it. Marco Lanzagorta curated this
Number 1.
7 from 1995. Marco says, arguably the best looking horror film, a great work of visual art.
Number 2.
Maniac from 1980. Marco says some of the best gory effects by the great Tom Savini.
Number 3.
Deep Red from 1975. This may well be the best movie of Italian maestro Dario Argento, providing a roller coaster of emotions and unforgettable visual impact.
Number 4.
The House That Screamed, aka La Residencia, from 1969. One of the best horror films made in Italy, with a story that would make Freud feel proud.
Number 5.
Psycho, the 1960 version. Marco says that this is the one that started it all, by the master of suspense, Alfred Hitchcock. On this last comment, I think it was actually Peeping Tom from 1960, the one that started it all. Sorry, kid, you can't know it all in life.
News from Beyond.
We love slashers. We are addicted to slashers. We could kill for slashers. So we all got kind of stroked by the way some franchises just stopped out of blue. You know, Scream 5, Sleepaway Camp Reunion, Halloween Returns, Pumpkinhead 5, blah 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 blah. Okay, where the hell did they all go? I'll tell you what happened with I Know What You Did Last Summer. For those 90s horror fans, as you all know, it had a sequel. I still know what you did last summer, and there was even a third one which was a piece of shit. I will always know what you did last summer. Anyways, there's evidence that there were plans to make it. There is a hidden sketchbook with detailed intro of the movie. I promise I've seen it. In this one, Julie and Ray Brunson are now married and are stabbed to death. Sorry for the spoiler. According to the fandom, the movie was supposed to air in April 2011 but got cancelled. It was starred by Michael Rady, Genevieve Cortez, and Kelly Cuoco. It was to be written by legendary Kevin Williamson and Maria Maddalena. Damn it! That would have been an amazing movie. Anyways, according to Deadline, this film is high priority for Sony, and they wanted it out in 2016. So it was basically commissioned to Oculus writer Mike Flanagan to make it happen. So, what's going on? Freddie Prinze Jr., the original protagonist of the films, said last year that he was not interested unless the film was filmed in Los Angeles, since he is now a full-time daddy. Oh. Maybe it's because he's 40 years old already. Moving on. When there's no more room in hell, the stoned shall walk the earth. Evil Bong. Mark your calendar, dudes. Full Moon's The Evil Bong 666 has its world premiere in Honolulu in April. It features a controversial reunion between the infamous Ginger Dead Man, the Ginger Weed Man, and of course, the Evil Bong. Check Full Moon's official site to stream the release. Apart from that, I got a call that Full Moon just released Trophy Heads and Virtual Encounters 2. Something kind of retro, in a cool way.
Loose lips sink ships.
I've sent one of my correspondents, Mr. Galactoid. He's gonna interview director John Cohen, director of the upcoming Aussie flick Ravenswood. We will have more details. Transmission on. So good morning everyone, and I'm right now live with director John Cohen, director of the upcoming Aussie flick Ravenswood. So, good morning, how are you?
I'm alright, and yourself?
I'm awesome. I'm super excited actually to be speaking with you, so alright, so let's start this. So what's Ravenswood about? Can you tell us a little bit about the story?
I'm sure. Ravenswood is about 4 Americans who come out to Australia looking for the usual Aussie experience as they see it, you know, beaches, Sydney, Melbourne, checking out local food, talent, all that. And they decide to go on a ghost tour, because we do have a couple of cool locations around Sydney that are actually very haunted. And, well, it's a horror film, so they're going to get a lot more than they expect when they get caught in a kind of supernatural battle between 2 ghosts who have been fighting each other for the last 65 years.
Awesome. I actually read that it's based in true events. Is that true?
There are some true aspects about it. The reason why the two ghosts are fighting are based on the history of electroconvulsive shock therapy, which arrived in this country in the 50s, and the location we shot at. It's generally considered to be one of the more haunted locations in Sydney. I know some of the actors and some of the crew had experiences which felt rather supernatural rather than just natural.
Yeah, right. Did you actually see any ghosts? Like
Me personally, not so much, because I tended to be working too hard to look anywhere else on the screen. But I know a couple of the crew had some weird things happen. Traditionally, ghosts are considered electrical energy, so they have a habit of draining batteries. And every now and again, we'd be in the middle of a shot, and one of the camera batteries would just completely lose all power for no reason.
Wow. Well, I'd be pretty scared, honestly, if I was in the set.
It was a little strange, in the middle of an interview. Suddenly, the camera dies for no real reason. So yeah.
Wow. So when's the release date? When can we actually have the DVD or Blu-ray?
It's out online on places like iTunes. We're already on pre-order there, and it's out officially in mid-June, and it will come out in the US at least in the middle of August, out on DVD to places like Redbox, and the guys are selling it out at Cannes this year. So if they do well, which I'm sure they will because it's a good little film, we could have a few more territories sold by August, September, or we could have lots of territories sold. It's all waiting and seeing how the market responds. But I'm hopeful. I think it's a good film. It seems to do what it wants to do. So there we go.
Awesome. Cool. Well, I heard that it was actually very fun, but it was actually a little bit demanding, like filming the whole movie. I heard from Madeline Marie that she actually got a really big bruise while making one of the scenes. So was it demanding? Was it fun? How was it?
It was a tough shoot. It was a really tough shoot. We shot the whole thing in 11 days and on a very, very small budget. And yeah, because it's quite physical, there were a few small injuries, like, Maddie got that large bruise on her leg, simply because she had to jump off a table, and to do it quickly and effectively and look awesome, she kept banging the underside of her leg. So yeah, she got a really, really large bruise, which worked for the story. And we had fight scenes, and we had a couple of stunts, and yeah, it was especially for its budget, it was quite demanding on the actors, and the usual long hours, long days. And, well, we survived.
Yeah, but it's part of it, right? It's part of the fun.
Oh yeah, it wouldn't happen any other way. If everything went perfectly to plan, how crazy would that be?
Right. So, what's your next project, your next film?
Got a couple on the slow cook. As everything takes time, much depends on how Ravenswood does in itself. Because you make money back, then you get to make the next one. So I've got a couple of scripts that I'm working my way through. One of them is a very supernatural kind of film set in a suburban environment, which is kind of a different twist on it. So it's not a creepy haunted house type look. It feels mundane and suburban, and it's not. And the other one is a more straightforward horror. Just somebody out for revenge, and it gets a little bloody.
Okay. So would you like to give us a website or your personal Twitter so people can actually follow you and know when your next projects are coming?
There's a Facebook page that we're running which has pretty much everything that ever happens on it. So yeah, it's like Ravenswood independent feature, and that'll have any announcements on it. We don't have a Twitter. The website is ravenswoodfilms2016.com. So yeah, that's the only two places we lurk.
So, just one more question. What's your favorite scary movie?
Favorite scary movie? Oh my goodness, there's a good number of them. But actually the one that got me into horror most, the Scream.
Yes. Bravo. That's one of my favorite scary movies, so...
I didn't really watch a lot of horror before then because I thought it took itself a little too seriously. And then along comes Scream, and Wes Craven knows what he's doing anyway. So I watched it again and again, and went, I kind of think this could be quite a fun genre to play in.
Definitely, I'm looking forward to watch Ravenswood, and now that you say that Scream is one of your favorite, so, well, that's it. Thank you so much. We're making a little bit of sound. You can visit Decapitro's Twitter at Decapitros, and we're looking forward to watch Ravenswood.
No worries.
Now, we've got the exclusive premiere from a band from the dark side. They are Head in a Basket, featuring Decapitro. Enjoy!
Thunderstorming of the wild, creatures waking to the night, geometry of the stars, just a line to my dance. Evil sports pentagram, crystal wefts, diamond eyes, kill another virgin child, bring the head of Aphrodite.
This is their single, Children of the Corn. This is all for tonight. Sweet and sticky dreams for you all. Next week we will have a surprise invite from a zombie film which I cannot say name because it's confidential. A zombie apocalypse? We will have a special guest from Morbido Film Festival. More news, more gore, more fun, and more ass. Decapitro sleeps now. I must say I did it amazing tonight. See you next week, and don't forget to drink your milk.